Welcome back, Fae, Fayettes, and Fantasy Fiends, to chapters 31 through 37 of Bonds of Hercules by Jasmine Mass. You're listening to Book for Two. I'm Scott.
And I'm Genevieve. If you're new here, welcome to our brand of chaos.
We bring the male and female perspectives, the wild theories, the heated debates, and of course,
the couple's banter you never knew you needed, but now you don't even want to escape.
She likes her books dripping with divine drama, questionable gods, and enough tension to make a therapist rich.
And he prefers his stories with end-of-the-world stakes, monster brawls, and plot twists that fire off faster than Poco's finger guns.
And every week, we deep dive into the books that wreck your soul and make you cancel plans. And right now, we are deep diving Bonds of Hercules by Jasmine Mass.
And once a month, we shake things up with a standalone book review. So if you love unhinged theories, emotional damage, and two readers yelling about their fictional obsessions, you're in the right place.
All right, now it's time for our favorite part, what's new with the podcast and our actual lives. So one of the biggest things that happened, I decided to just do a random ass live on a Tuesday right before we picked up the kids. And I think you were doing something for your woodworking stuff on your computer. And I'm talking about For Whom the Bell Tolls. I'm reading it because I'm right at the epilogue. And I'm talking about how there's only one part in the book I would change. It's not a big deal. I would just have added more suspense. But then I see you later pop up that they joined the live. And you can see in the video, I freeze.
Yep.
And then I'm like, Shanna, I don't know what to do. And then you come over.
And I'm just like, oh, no, that just means she's online. And then she says, hi. You watch us both freeze.
And then you had to dip out because you started crying.
Yeah, we need to post that because you can actually watch in real time as I panic and then I got to go.
Yeah.
Like I tried so hard to hold it in. I could not.
No, but
that was amazing.
But how cool is that? Because she had just turned in a portion of book 2 the night before. And then the very next day after she jumped into our live was her surgery.
Man.
So she took the time out of her super busy schedule to hop on. She hung out with us for 30 minutes too.
Yeah. She answered questions from everybody in the live too. It was absolutely fantastic. I know we talked about it later that we probably should have invited her up.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it.
So that's my bad.
Mine too.
Never had anyone super cool like that other than our family and friends hop on our live. So I never asked anyone to join us, and I didn't even remember that was a thing. But next time she comes on, hopefully she comes on again, and we'll definitely have her.
Yeah. We've got it figured this time.
Yeah, we got this, I think.
Yeah, I think maybe. Hopefully.
So speaking of For Whom the Bell Tolls, let's hop into our current reads. I am done.
Yes, you finished it. I'm still doing the audio for that one.
And I will be catching up to the audio with you. I do want to start back over with the audio because I do want to deep dive a little bit more.
Okay.
That way we're prepared for when we have our interview with her.
Yeah.
Not to scare her or anything, but I will have questions.
I'm sorry, JC.
No, but I love the book. It was easily a 5-star for me. We're going to have our review. I'll do a small review on TikTok for the people that have been following my journey on TikTok. And then we're going to do a big review for our podcast and YouTube.
Oh, for sure. That's going to be a fabulous review. I'm really excited. Are we doing the deep dive before we do that?
No, we can just go ahead and do the review. The deep dive is just so I am prepared with questions for the interview.
Okay. Heck yeah. All right. I'm excited.
All right. And then my current read is He Sees You When You're Sleeping. I'm almost done. I got maybe 50 pages. I had to stop because I was working yesterday.
Oh, man.
But I love it. It's my first stalker romance. It's funny. It's well thought out. I enjoyed it.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I just started it because I was being all cocky and was like, I'm just going to catch up to you and read it before you.
No.
But there were some books that got in the way that we're going to talk about next. I just finished IPB 3. So awesome. Ready for IPB 4. But I took a little mini break to read He Sees You When You're Sleeping to catch up to Scott. And I think I'm going to start Nocticadia.
Nice.
Heck yeah. All right. But let's talk about these books that caught us unawares.
Yeah. So Freckled Fiend, who is our adopted daughter on TikTok, and she's in our Discord, she decided to let us in on some very interesting books. One of them being a were turkey romance called what?
Stuffed by the were turkey.
Stuffed by the were turkey. And yes, it is exactly what you think it is. It is only 13 pages. It is on Kindle Unlimited, so you can read it. It was written 10 years ago. And if you are asking, is there a sequel? Yes. And did we read it? Yes.
Also, yes.
Read both.
It is more than 13 pages, that second one.
Yes, it is 51 pages. And it definitely steps it up a lot.
Yeah, there was a good 10-year build-up to the second one.
The second one was released just a few weeks ago. 10-year span.
We will also be doing a review of these books.
Oh, God, yes. These books are amazing. I urge you to read it.
Yes.
You'll never look at mashed potatoes the same again, but read it. I'm telling you. It was
gravy.
It's worth it. It's only 13
mashed
pages.
Potatoes.
Look, it's only 13 pages and 64 pages total for both books. We knocked it out in an afternoon.
You're either going to hate us and decide that you never want to listen to us again, or you're going to be like, these are my people. I need to tell all of my friends about them. So you're going to be on one side of this fence. It's ridiculous.
Speaking of our people, I am not worried about our people liking this. But new people join this podcast. Good luck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you like this, you're our people.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Now, finally, if you are a local business in the Panhandle, or if any of our listeners are business owners, preferably small business, we would like to partner with you and get your business out there to our listeners.
If this is something you are interested in, please email us at bookedfor2podcast@gmail.com. As two people who own small businesses, as well as this podcast being a small business, we would love to help others out. Okay, before we hit play on the trauma, quick warning. This episode will contain spoilers for Bonds of Hercules. Consider this your official spoiler shield.
Fair warning. This show's more Tarantino than Christmas Hallmark. You might even say it's dark Hallmark. There's sex, violence, bad language, and worse decisions. You've been warned.
All right, last week, things finally slowed down just long enough to get complicated. The husbands were fully prepared to die to break the bond, and Alexis shocked everyone by pumping the brakes and saying she's willing to try the marriage.
That moment barely had time to land before the Federation hit the panic button. Medusa's loose, the timeline gets shoved forward, and the Broody Bunch gets locked down like it's playoff week and someone failed a drug test. Cells, one bed, zero privacy, and that's before we even get to the animal protector issue.
We also get the official SGC breakdown. 13 competitors, 13 days, and a labor count that immediately tells you who Zeus likes and who he's absolutely screwing over. Some lucky rolls, some brutal ones, and Alexis pulling the shortest straw with a number no one's even rolled before.
So this week, the games actually start. The SGC kicks off, the first labors at the field, and we finally see what Achilles has hiding under the hood. And yeah, Spartan Center is back, because if this is a competition, someone needs to be running the highlights. All right, before we head out, if you're still listening, hit follow and leave a quick review. It's free, takes almost no time, and it helps more people like you find the show. We put a lot into this every week, so that small thing actually goes a very long way.
And if you're not already part of our little Chaos Corner online, why not? Come hang out. We post sneak peeks, unfiltered nonsense. We go live every Friday now at 7:30 p.m. Central on TikTok. Sometimes it's deep theories. Sometimes it's Scott purposefully reading smut to the internet. You never know what you're going to get.
Get your ass into our Discord. It's people losing their minds over plot twists, dropping unfiltered takes, and somehow we're bonding over it. If that sounds like your kind of therapy, get in there. We also share recipes.
And tattoo photos. And for my visual learners and facial expression enthusiasts, YouTube is officially live. Full episodes, full spirals, and every single side eye I throw at Scott. All preserved in HD glory.
Speaking of YouTube, we drop our YouTube episodes and podcast episodes every Friday morning at 5 a.m. Central Time. We have moved to Friday.
Now you can listen to our crazy asses to get your mindset ready for the weekend.
And don't forget, we have merch, so grab something if you want to support the show.
We're talking t-shirts, mugs, notebooks, even vanity plates. It's branded chaos. Come on.
And you can get that at www.bookedfor2.com.
Okay, the spoiler shield is up. This episode covers Bonds of Hercules, and Jasmine Mass gave us a full content warning, which we are passing on. Quote,
"This book contains excessive violence, language, and a brief allusion to sexual violence. Please take care of yourself while reading."
If any of these aren't your jam, now's your chance to tap out. All right, the warning's dropped. The tea is hot. The chaos is unlocked.
Let's dive into episode 44, chapters 31 through 37 of Bonds of Hercules by Jasmine Mass.
Let's turn the page. The games begin. Chapter 31. Alexis, SGC, Day 1.
The games might be starting, but it's the little moments, wrong voices, bad timing, and worse decisions that make this day feel off from the jump.
Alexis opens the chapter doing what I think every one of us has done at some point in childhood or last week or whatever, trying to will magic out of her fingertips. But she's not really subtle about it. Karen catches her staring at her hands and then clapping like she's testing out the clapper. And when he asks her what she's doing, she just melts into him instead of answering. See avoidance. She's sandwiched between her husbands in the Thonic section, taking in the newly renovated stadium, now in the full force field dome that zaps anyone who tries to leap in or out. Nothing says, "Welcome to the games," like magical electroshock fencing.
Then Artemis yodels her way onto the sand atop her nightmare horse, and Alexis immediately loses all situational awareness because her husband shifts beside her. Then she spots Charlie and Achilles signing to each other. Achilles might actually be laughing, which is unusual for him. And then it's right back to being distracted by her husband's trying to secure a spit roast. Meanwhile, she somehow misses the 530-foot Cyclopes, suddenly hanging out with Artemis. Turns out the leaders' fights are basically theatrical warm-ups. Those monsters are just props.
And Alexis, being Alexis, hits Karen with, "Do the Cyclopes consent to the fight?" And Karen actually malfunctions. And Augustus jumps in to remind her they're carnivorous and barely sentient, with the intelligence of landscaping rocks, basically. Something she supposedly learned at the Crucible, remember? That sparks the important question. Wait, how exactly do you lose? And here it is, simple. You pass out from blood loss, you drop into a coma, you die, or you fail to literally walk yourself out of the arena. And that is what happened to Karen. Because at the end of the day, Olympians live to humiliate and break Thonics. It's Power Play 101, assholes.
A thunderous boom yanks her attention back to the sand as Artemis' red mist shoots upward. The Cyclopes shriek. Arrows fly in every direction, and suddenly it's over. 5 bodies down, stadium still vibrating, crowd is roaring, which means eyes wide shut time, or Symposium. Augustus assures her it's different from the one she attended, but Karen promises there will still be fun. Alexis is relieved, but I'm not.
Why?
If they're gonna be forced into gladiator warfare, the Olympians can at least flash a boob or a pain out of courtesy.
So of course Alexis starts smirking and Karen clocks it. She better not be thinking about another strip routine because he will literally combust. And that's when Nick slithers in with a perfectly timed whisper about a throbbing and gorged cock. Nothing like your emotional support snake whispering filth only you can hear. Now she really looks like the pervert she claims to be.
Let's talk some shit.
Let's do it. The leaders' fights are all for show? So is this just cruelty for cruelty's sake? Why are they doing this?
It's a little bit of both. It is Zeus showing his power to the Thonics and the creatures, because Alexis even mentions, are the Cyclopes being forced into this? Augustus says, they're dumb, who cares? But we should care. They are being forced into this. It's basically saying, creatures, you better watch your shit too. While also the leaders, yeah, they're easy kills for the leaders, but he's still saying, I am forcing the leaders to do this still. He's still in charge of the Thonic leaders. Basically, that's all this is. He's still making them do it. It's a show of power for Zeus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's also talk about, we really learned what happened to Karen.
Yes, that's fucked up.
Wow. You have to literally walk out. So the fact that his legs were broken and he could not walk out was why he got all those brands? Motherfucker.
What did he fight again? 11 what?
Minotaurs.
Yeah. How the fuck?
Yeah. Oh my fucking God.
You still get branded? You take out 11 Minotaurs as an 18-year-old, and just because you didn't walk out.
And you barely come into your powers at, oh man.
Yeah. So speaking of dipshit, it's his own mom, Artemis, was the one that did it, but her power has some type of red mist.
What
and
the
then,
fuck is her power?
Sound like arrows came out? It makes sense because she's the hunter. Maybe the red mist just shoots out a shit ton of arrows or something.
Maybe.
Isn't that what it sounded like? Because it sounded like the Cyclopes got killed by arrows from the red mist.
All right. So she cocked her bow and fired 2 arrows at a time in different directions. So can she direct the arrows with the mist?
That's what I'm guessing.
There, maybe her mist, because she brought the mist up across the stadium. So maybe then she fired her arrows and she can direct the arrows with her mist. I have no idea.
Neither do I.
Anyways, so quick tinfoil hat. So if the Cyclopes are quote unquote barely classified as creatures, they're still creatures. Can Alexis speak to them? Is she going to speak to them?
I would imagine so.
That's what I'm going to guess. So I'm wondering if she's going to end up talking to the Cyclopes and finding out that no, they didn't consent to this and they are freaking out. And I'm thinking she's going to have a whole rally of all the creatures. Okay.
All right. What's the quote?
All right. The quote is from Nyx. Oh, yeah. I'm sure he'll take care of you with his, she paused for dramatic effect, throbbing, engorged cock.
Yeah. She's dirty.
Oh, Nyx.
Dirty girl.
So dirty.
My pick for this one is learning how badass Karen actually is. He still took out 11 Minotaurs. Fuck his mom. Fuck everybody who branded him. That's still badass.
Yeah, he still hauled his ass out of there. Fuck those guys. All right, so my pick for this one is the clapper attempt. I love that she was trying to make magic happen with her fingertips. And I did try that. I'll try it again later today, probably. So
nice.
All right. Are you ready to turn the page?
Let's go. Electric Energy, Chapter 32, Alexis.
Alexis immediately clocks the vibe is off. There's a charge in the air that has absolutely nothing to do with lightning, and it's crawling under her skin in a way she does not trust.
So I don't know how I keep getting blessed enough to write these chapters, but I was excited for this one. Buckle up, people.
It was not on purpose.
Anywho, it is Symposium night, and we all know how much Spartans love their symposiums, but this one was a little different than the one for the Crucible initiates. A little more posh and heavily guarded. Think Met Gala if it was held in Nazi Germany, or soon-to-be present-day United States. There was also less sexual activity, which Alexis was not a fan of. She wanted to be entertained. I think somebody has a voyeur kink.
I think you're right. With the orgy to entertainment ratio offensively low, Alexis does what any bored Spartan would do. She gets white girl wasted on ambrosia. The entire Broody Bunch is here, but Alexis is firmly planted between her husbands while the Crimson Duo keep their distance. Probably still traumatized from being gagged and threatened with murder. Yeah, that's fair. Across the room, Artemis is holding court with the rest of the Shadow Heavy Elite. Okay, hang on. What category does she fall into then? Shadow Mommy? No.
Shadow Vixen?
Shadow People? We'll get back to it later.
All right, you also have the Olympian table. And why was Zeus mean mugging the Broody Bunch? Bro, better fucking step off. And I'm on Alexis' side here. Why was no one naked yet? There was one notable Spartan missing as well, which was why Alexis was somewhat glad no one was naked. Meemaw was missing. Demeter, for those who forgot who Meemaw is, where was she? Just a few moments later, Alexis got what she asked for when an Olympian heir tried to propose a foursome. Ooh. So how do the letters work in this situation? Are Augustus and Karen bi? Is this a MMFMM or MMMFM or MMMMF? Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to find a radio station.
That's what it sounded like.
You let me write notes high.
Oh, gosh, I have no idea. All right, Alexis decides this is the perfect moment to emotionally terrorize her husbands. Why not? Karen and Augustus threaten murder. Alexis just smiles and accepts his proposition, purely for chaos. Nyx immediately weighs in on penis size, which then devolves into a full-blown dick measuring contest between her and Alexis. The heir retreats wisely, but another Olympian woman slides in and tries her luck with Alexis's husbands. But Alexis is oblivious. She's just over here double-fisting lamb meat sticks, while Nyx is shouting at the skanky horde to leave.
Then, out of nowhere, Hell wanted a belly rub, and Alexis told him that Karen would do it. But Karen took his growl of excitement as murderous intent, so he used the opportunity to scare the woman away. Definitely a miscommunication issue. Karen was beside himself that she was not beside herself when the woman tried to become between them. Is everything tracking?
Yes.
Okay. He said he only does monogamy. At this point, I'm pretty sure he thinks monogamy is a species of wood. Does he not know what a threesome is?
Oh my God, a species of wood. That was great. And to prove his point, he shoves his tongue down her throat. And Augustus tries to shut it down, saying they're causing a scene, while at the same time maneuvering Alexis's ass to his hips. And then Scott thinks Augustus takes it a wee bit too far with this banger.
Wait, I have to speak Aiden Snow's part?
Uh-huh.
All right, ladies, forgive me. If you keep kissing her like that against me, I'm going to lose all control and slaughter everyone in this room for watching. Then I'm going to fuck her on the floor.
That was nice. There's dirty talk and there's serial killer talk. A fine line, Scott believes. And even Karen was shocked. Ladies, what do you think?
Alexis didn't like it either and said it wasn't funny. Augustus assured her that he was not joking. He had forehead veins popping, looking weird, and saying some whacked out shit. Alexis felt a fizziness in her head, and she knew it wasn't from the ambrosia when two reporters began taking photos of her and asking questions about Fluffy Jr., who was seizing on the floor. They also let them know that the ear-gifting video had gone viral with humans and asked if humans might view them as barbaric. Then asked Karen to make a statement.
Karen doesn't walk it back, though. He doubles down, telling the reporters he'd give Alexis his own head if she asked. When the Medusa question drops, though, Augustus shuts it down with a warning about rumors being dangerous, and blessedly the reporters decide that's their cue to leave. As they walk away, Augustus brushes Alexis's hand, and all three of them feel it. Ooh, a sharp spark through the bond. Ooh. Then it's back to drinking. The night didn't just tilt a little sideways.
They found themselves a quiet booth, and Alexis was the chicken in their sandwich, and they wanted thighs. They were rubbing her thighs like they were hoping a genie popped out, or a little man on the boat. They were hidden in the shadows when Alexis finally had enough and blurted out,
I want you both to fuck me.
Of course, they were shocked and asked why. Listen, homie, don't ask questions. When a woman says fuck me, you drop what you're doing and oblige. But the boys were right. The first time shouldn't be when hammered. Any time after that, though, when she says fuck, you say how hard.
And cue bratty Alexis. Yes. Her and Karen have a cute Dear Diary moment, and we are going to read that. Quote, Dear Diary, Karen is saying weird, perverted things, but he refuses to have sex with me. I think he's a creep. Also, I need to find a Spartan man who is willing to...
Dear Diary, if Alexis touches another man, I will disembowel him in front of her and...
Dear Diary, fine then. I will find a Spartan woman to have sex with. Also, I think...
Dear Diary, if Alexis touches anyone who is not me or Augustus, I will kill...
Dear Diary, don't listen to that rat bastard. This is not his diary.
Dear Diary, it is now. I'm commandeering it because Alexis is the most infuriating, stubborn woman I've ever... In comes Augustus, you're both cut off. End quote.
Captain Killjoy. And then Alexis is back to life aquatic. But this time, instead of Big Bertha, the humpback whale, she is now an anglerfish because she is luring them in. And then Karen starts acting like Karen. And then him and Augustus start slap fighting each other over Alexis. And she decides to join in as well. Hey, you were fighting. And then she asks them a legit question. How much do they think she could get for a kidney? It's legit. People want to know their worth, right? After a few more ridiculous lines by Alexis, Karen finally had enough and stayed silent for the rest of the night.
Let's talk some shit. A lot happened in this symposium.
Yes. I'd say the big takeaway from this is definitely that the tension is tensioning.
Yes.
For sure. And it's fun. I find it to be fun. The play fighting.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit more playful banter between them. Their relationship is starting to blossom a bit.
Yes.
And they had that spark when they all touched, and it seemed to calm them down when they touch like that.
Yeah.
I've noticed that lately.
Yeah, it's like their bond is, yes, hey guys, we can do this.
Right?
I love that. Also, the other big takeaway, I don't know if this is a big takeaway, but Augustus at least vaguely remembers the whale incident, which I think is great.
Yeah.
Didn't you talk about a whale or something at during class?
All right, tinfoil hat time. Surprisingly a short one for a big chapter.
Yeah. I really wanted to talk about Karen. I think he has oppositional defiant disorder. Because at the very end, she essentially coaxed him into lifting the edge of the table by saying he wouldn't do it. And I know all about that.
Yeah. And another big one is, where the fuck is Meemaw, Demeter? She is the only bigwig not at the symposium.
Yeah, that's weird. Why wouldn't she be there?
So she's doing something conspicuous.
Gotta be, right? If everyone else is there and she's not there?
I don't have a clue, so I don't have a big tinfoil hat for this one. She just might be involved with Persephone, maybe Medusa somehow. I still think this is going to be a girl power thing. Yeah.
Maybe. Ooh.
That's my guess.
Speaking of girl power, let's talk about the quotes from Nyx. Pull his pants down so we can see his penis. And then another one from her. If we were men, I'd have a bigger dick than you. Why is she so epic?
She is funny.
Oh, man. All right. What's your pick for this chapter?
All right. My pick is Alexis trying to sell the necklace and her toe after she asked how much she could get for a kidney. And they said, oh, you're financially independent. You have a $3 million necklace. And she's like, oh, how much can I get for the necklace? and my toe.
300 million.
That's right, 300, yeah, 300 million.
And she's okay, and my toe then. I love that Augustus laughs about it and Karen's pissed, so he doesn't talk to them for the rest. It's so cute and petulant and adorable. I just love how adorable it is. And speaking of adorable, that's going to be about my pick. Is going to be the whole Dear Diary, snatching it back and forth between the two of them. Yeah. I really like where their relationship is going. It's cute.
Yeah, it's cute little banter there.
I love it. All right. Are you ready to turn the page?
Let's do it.
Let's go. A Siren's Promise, Chapter 33. Alexis, SGC, Day 2.
Day 2 doesn't just raise the stakes. It makes it painfully clear that watching is sometimes worse than fighting.
Day 2 opens with Ares putting on the worst show imaginable. He's on his last Cyclops, and what should have been 5 minutes, he's actually dragged into 5 hours because he's using his bare hands, his torture power, to drive each Cyclops into madness before killing them. He hasn't touched the sword on his back once. It's all just been barehanded. The whole stadium watched in horrified silence while the final Cyclops screamed, and Augustus instinctively rubs Alexis's back to soothe her.
As she studies Augustus's profile, she finally sees just how much he resembles his father. Same bone structure, same presence, but completely different set of morals. She's forgotten he was heir to the house of Ares, his father's prodigy, yet when he tells her not to be afraid, she realizes she isn't, and somehow that feels like another problem.
When the last Cyclops falls silent, Ares strolls out of the arena. There's a sprinkle of awkward applause, but it's mostly just shock. The Chthonic section cheers, but Alexis is locked on the bodies. Were they afraid when they died? Did they wonder why everyone watched and did nothing? Ooh. She tears up and time seems to short circuit because suddenly they're being guided to a much more crowded symposium. A familiar siren appears, Lena, from the original Symposium. And apparently Alexis is big gossip now. She protected the humans. She has unmatched power. She's a walking legend in siren group chats. Alexis tries to correct her, but Lena's not buying it.
When Alexis asks how Lena's doing, Lena says, better than you. Then drops that most creatures think the entire operation is bullshit, that the Olympians are hiding something. Then Zeus points straight at them from across the room. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Lena asks how she can help, and Alexis needs one thing. Speakers. Fancy solar-powered ones she can plug into a device. Oh, Lena warns her to be careful. The word hurt halfway out of her mouth, but she is cut short when Zeus shouts, no talking to the sirens. Another siren pulls Lena away, but the request is delivered.
Alexis's eyes burn with grateful tears, so she downs several passing ambrosia shots until she stops feeling anything at all. And thankfully, her husbands are right there to pull out a chair and sit on either side of her. The rest of the Chthonics join them while Patron Achilles continue glaring daggers across the table.
Hades launches into a speech about solidarity and appearances of unity while Karen keeps sneaking her food. She doesn't taste a bite, but starvation trauma doesn't let you turn down free food. Sudden clatter draws her attention as a siren drops. The Falcon Chronicles scroll on the table. Headline 1, her protector is sick and unfit for the heir of Hades. Headline 2, Zeus and the Federation plan to interrogate the younger Chthonics after their rounds. When they say all press is good press, I want to punch that asshole in the mouth.
Ooh. Hades snatches the scroll away, clearly worried, while Persephone prepares to go have a chat with the reporter. Help is coming! Mama's on the way! Everyone remain calm. But before she storms off, Persephone tells Augustus and Karen to treat Alexis right. Augustus says, of course, while Karen calmly states that he would die for Alexis. Mama P is not impressed. Persephone disappears into the crowd while Alexis' mind races. Persephone can't fix this. No one can. This is bigger than all of them, and the danger has finally tipped over. The consequences of whatever she has done have arrived. Let's talk some shit.
All right.
Ooh, all right. She's getting speakers from Lena, and Lena tried to warn her about the Olympians being up to something. They were going to hurt, and then she was cut off. So she's getting speakers. Let's talk about that. What are the speakers for?
I thought you had a tinfoil hat for this one. What the speakers are for.
I do. I think she's going to plug her recorder into the speakers. So I think because she always has it on her, so she has it with her now. I think she's going to catch Zeus saying something and plug her recorder into the speakers and play it for everyone.
That makes sense.
That's what I think.
That'd be the easiest way to bring somebody down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super spy shit. Love
and
it.
simple enough.
Yeah. So I think that's what the speakers are for. The other big takeaway from this is the younger Chthonics are going to be questioned after their rounds. I'm going to talk about this in the tinfoil hats. Let's just get into the tinfoil hats.
All right.
All right. Why are her fingers tingling while she's watching Ares?
Well, is she practicing?
I don't think so. Just her fingers were tingling.
Excitement? I have no idea.
It was while he was like, his round shouldn't have been happening. Like my fingers tingled as Nick slithered tightly around my shoulders.
Blood loss?
She was feeling away.
Was like the
Maybe
spider
she had
tingles,
blood
like
loss.
from being squoze so tight?
Squoze? Maybe she could have been squoze so tight. You might be right.
I have no
It
idea.
could be that, actually. Now that you say that, I'm like, oh, maybe. Anyways, all right. Let's talk about the next one. Most creatures think this entire operation is a sham. The Olympians are up to something. This leads me to think, again, that the creatures, at least the sirens, are going to side with Alexis if something comes to a head. Because they don't trust the Olympians either. So I think they've got an in with the Chthonics with Alexis.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But Zeus has them in line right now, somehow. So there's nothing they can do. But I do agree that eventually the creatures are going to side with the Broody Bunch.
Do you think it's just because they don't have any way to talk to anyone?
Maybe.
And whatever that...
Yeah, they said no one can understand the sirens. So that makes sense.
So why is Zeus so mad about her talking to the siren? Is he jealous?
I have no idea.
Persephone said we're in this together. Do you think she knows about Medusa? Because Medusa was on Crete, we think,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. She would know if somebody left, came in. She would know. She's in on it.
Okay. And then Hades, I think he knows too because his worried gaze met hers when he snatched up the scroll and slammed it shut. So I think they both know.
Oh, 100%.
Okay. All right. That was my small, teeny tiny tinfoil hat on that one.
All righty. What's the quote?
All right. The quote is, only cowards are complicit in the face of injustice. You have to at least try to make a difference. Say it louder for those in the back.
That is
Jesus.
a great quote.
Love it. All right. What's your pick for this chapter?
Oh, just Ares being ruthless as hell. That dude's power's nasty. He just sword on the back, tearing everyone apart.
Why did he do it so sadistically, though?
And he's a sadistic fuck, probably.
Okay.
He does to his children.
Okay, that's fair. My pick.
All right.
Augustus stared down at her, his gaze intense like he could read my thoughts. Can he read her thoughts? She can read his thoughts. Does it go back and forth? So that was mine.
Because I still don't think that it's anyone's power. I think it's through the bond.
I think you're right. I think it is through the bond. I do want to point out Ares might have an invisible dragon as a protector. Was mentioned. Say what now?
Wait, who said it does?
Yes, it does.
Oh, that'd be cool if he does.
He also didn't appear to have a protector. And then in italics, are the other rumors about him having an enormous, invisible Colchian dragon true?
Yeah, a dragon.
Ooh. Okay.
Everybody has to have a dragons in their books.
Then we could tinfoil hat that. Does he have a dragon? I'm going to say yes. Hopefully.
All right.
All right.
More dragons for everybody.
All right. Are you ready to turn the page?
Let's do it. The Battles We Wage, Chapter 34. Alexis, SGC, Day 3.
By day 3, Alexis isn't just watching battles in the arena. She's starting to see which ones are being fought in the shadows.
Day 3 kicks off with Alexis's hands buzzing as she looks down into the arena where Daddy Dearest is doing the most horrifying one-man show of the games. Hades doesn't even lift a finger. His inky fog does the work for him. 5 creatures ripped apart from the inside out with nothing but his power. 10 minutes tops. That's fucked up. Ugh. Alexis and Nyx are both impressed and appropriately terrified. A lovely reminder that the same lethal energy is sitting dormant inside her, just waiting.
All right, day 4 drops her back in the Colosseum seat without any memory of last night's symposium or even falling asleep. Time distortion? Love that for her. Today's fighter, though, is Erebus. Finally, the crowd goes feral. Erebus prowls out with no weapons, no armor, no protector, just vibes and trauma. Helen and Charlie are absolutely part of his fan club, and Nyx is practically panting. Alexis? Yeah, all right, she sees the appeal.
And once the creatures are released, Erebus merely raises a hand. Shadows swell, distend, sharpen into 5 monstrous knives behind the creatures. One pull the invisible rope, and all 5 blades spear straight through their hearts. Instant kill. That's when it hits her. Oh, shit. This is Karen's father. Not gonna lie, pretty badass.
Right? All right, day 5 belongs to Aphrodite, and Alexis is pressed between her husbands. None of them speaking after the Erebus revelation. In the arena, Aphrodite is welcomed with a storm of catcalls and lewd propositions because apparently the crowd collectively has the IQ of a mint plant. She's nicknamed the goddess of sex, so her saliva literally turns people into mindless sex puppets. So Helen's naturally worried. Augustus assures her their mother will be fine, and Patro agrees. Achilles is rubbing his back, and that's when we and Alexis suddenly realize, oh yeah, Patro and Augustus are also half-brothers. Achilles and Augustus grew up together, but Patro didn't. So this brings back that whole mutt trauma thing that he also did.
Then the gate lifts and the creatures charge. Aphrodite sprints, leaps, decapitates the first one midair, and unleashes a blur of brute force carnage that Alexis can't even visually track. Within minutes, the sand is just body parts. No one cheers. Helen sags in relief. Aphrodite, drenched in blood, blows a kiss to the crowd. Hades starts a slow clap, and the Broody Bunch section joins in. This is just the first fight Alexis genuinely enjoys. I bet that shut all the men up in the crowd.
Yeah, it did. The guards arrive to escort them to yet another jam-packed symposium, and Alexis gets separated from her husband's only to bump straight into Titus. Joy. He's a guard for Dionysus now, and Nyx offers to kill him. But Alexis says she'll handle it. Titus hears gibberish and then leans in saying he wants to talk, and she responds by yelling, "Get your hands off of me." He drops his hands and launches into an apology monologue about how wrong he was and how much therapy he's been doing, and Alexis does not give a shit. She has nothing left for him. No forgiveness, no softness. She found nothing but rage.
And when he keeps pressing, she shuts him down again. Then he asks why she's being like this when she used to be so quiet, and she tells him the truth. She used to wish he were dead. He recoils, sputtering about honor, but she cuts him off. She's not forgiving him. She doesn't want to. Walk away, little boy, you little punk-ass bitch. Her smile clearly terrifies him because he immediately backpedals into calling the Broody Bunch crazy and accusing her of freeing Medusa. She just tips her head back and laughs because this is not how he expected this to go. But bodies start flying as her husbands arrive. Once they see it's Titus, they offer to handle it, but Alexis waves them off. It was she who was harassing him. Both husbands grin at that, and she can't help but grin back.
From a few feet away, Zeus lifts the glass to toast the younger Chthonics, his eyes locked on Alexis, who doesn't look away. Because she remembers Hades' words, "Remember, daughter, no one fears the sane." So she just winks at him.
Nice. Let's talk some shit.
Let's do. All right. Whew. Hades fight. He went really easy on them at the initiation massacre. The Erebus fight. The shadows.
Yeah, and with all that, I'm going to just go jump down to my pick real quick because that Kristen chick is fucking stupid when she said that, oh my God, all the days are just like Groundhog Day. They're all the same. No, this is her showing all the different powers. They're all different. She can shut the fuck up.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
That's all I got to say.
Ditto.
If someone wants to relay that to her, they're more than welcome.
All right. All right, let's talk about Titus as this other big takeaway from this chapter. She doesn't give a shit about his lame-ass apology. She is never going to forgive him.
Nope.
I don't blame her at all. He made her life a living hell. No. That was for a year, right?
Yeah, and you saw how he reacted when she decided not to forgive him. He went back to being an asshole, so that means that he really doesn't care and he doesn't
It was
seem
never
sincere.
truly. No, it was never truly about that. It was because he was part of a house and she was the heir to the house of Hades. Come on. It's because of who she is. It's because of what power she has. He's in deep shit, and now he knows it. Before, I thought you were a mutt. Yeah, it's because of who she is now. All right.
I haven't forgiven my bully, so...
You shouldn't.
I won't.
Yeah, you don't need to. As long as you're not holding on to the rage inside yourself about it, it's good. As long as it's not eating you up, you don't have to forgive.
No.
I'm
over it.
Yeah, good. All right, let's put on our tinfoil hat. She brings up that Patro and Augustus are half-brothers. Do you think that has any relevance? Or was it just a reminder? I
think it's just a reminder for us. I don't think it really has big significance.
Okay. It was curious and thought I'd throw that in there. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was just a reminder for us that same bloodlines.
Okay. That tracks. All right. My other little tinfoil hat was Spartans and creatures of all designations attended Aphrodite's Symposium. It seemed abnormal. She worded it, there was a whole lot more people at her symposium. Is it just because she's Aphrodite? Or...
I'm wondering if all the symposiums are just different. Some come to different ones.
Maybe. All right. It was just something I noted that was interesting. Because now all sentences are suspicious. All right, let's talk about the quote from this chapter. Just because I didn't say it aloud didn't mean I wasn't thinking it. Ooh.
Nice.
And then that kind of leads into my pick, which is Her telling her husbands that, nope, she's got this. He wasn't harassing her. She was harassing him. And their look of pride at that was very exciting.
Yes.
All right. Do you want to talk about the character call-outs?
We do have one character call out, the Sphinx for Aphrodite. So that's her little buddy.
All right. I love it.
Ready to turn the page?
I am. Let's go. The Real Games Begin, Chapter 35. Alexis, SGC, Day 6.
Day 6 is where the mask finally slips, and it becomes painfully clear these games were never about winning.
All right, Day 6 kicks off with chaos energy before anyone even steps onto the sand. Alexis is sitting between Drex and Charlie, with her husband's chilling behind her. Charlie had asked her to sit beside him, which is interesting. The sky is dark and lightning flashing off in the distance like Zeus personally hired a special effects team. It's the first day of the younger Thonic rounds, and Drex and Alexis both feel sick. Nyx, on the other hand, is vibrating with excitement. She cannot wait to bite someone. Meanwhile, Fluffy Jr.'s hump is now a concerning blue color. Zero chance she's bringing him into the arena like this. And Drex accidentally bumps her knee and I guess just threatens his life. This is just normal morning banter, Thonic style.
Helen leans forward to whisper that rumors say they'll be interrogated after their rounds and asks if Alexis is nervous. Alexis claims she isn't. She'll be fine. She enjoys being tortured. Joking, not joking, even Alexis isn't sure. She said to compete in 7 days right after Drex. The crowd goes silent as Zeus steps up, holding a white scepter topped with a golden eagle. Interestingly, all the leaders tense like they've seen a ghost. Zeus announces, "Today, the real games begin." And the entire stadium, minus the Broody Bunch section, erupts. Then Charlie whispers, "You'll do great."
Drex is talking at the same time, which is almost a complete distraction. But then it clicks and Alexis turns to Charlie. What the fuck, bro? It was the same voice she had heard in the woods after the crucible calling her name. But she sees shadows slide across his face and his expression is indecipherable and his eyes shift into something uncanny. What the? She asks him if he spoke and he immediately starts signing rapid fire. No, why? Did you hear something? And she panics and lies. What?
Lightning strikes 3 times, like the sky is trying to underline everything. Not sure if that was foreshadowing. Zeus, meanwhile, is still monologuing about how a man cannot remake himself without suffering, which feels like something an MLM mom says right before asking you to sell essential oils. First competitor, Agatha. 2 rounds, 5 labors. No animal protector, no armor, just a long sword. Girl power.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Does she even have an animal protector? But does she even need one?
Then the gate rolls up and out walks not creatures, but 4 Olympian guards in full battle armor.
What?
And the outrage that erupts across the stadium is cinematic. Their own are being used as laborers. That's beyond dishonor. That's weird. Agatha just drops her sword and starts cackling like she's starring in a horror movie. She shifts into her Empusa form and emits a clicking sound that freezes the guards where they stand. They're paralyzed, hypnotized, and they just drop their weapons. And 10 minutes later, Alexis wishes she had looked away. Turns out, Empusas don't just kill, they literally consume, minus the stomach. Nyx is actually speechless this time.
Round 2, the gate lifts again, and out staggers Hermos.
Oh.
Bound and chained like he's being marched to execution. The Broody Bunch leaders collectively lose their shit. Artemis is screaming profanities from the rafters. Ares agrees very enthusiastically. And Hades fog is flooding 3/4 of the entire stadium. Alexis asks what's happening, and Augustus explains Agatha is required to hurt Hermos until he can't continue. Then he gets branded for losing. This is way worse than humiliation. This is now torture. And the worst part, any Broody Bunch loss is a brand, no exceptions.
So down on the sand, Agatha is shaking her head, shifting back and forth between her forms. She's panicking. Hermos shakes his head too, and they turn to Zeus side by side, refusing to fight each other. And Hades bellows, "Listen, man, if you want war, we'll give it to you." His fog just taken over like a monster. And Zeus lifts that eagle scepter and unleashes a bolt of lightning that slams into the sand inches from them.
Oh, shit.
And it actually leaves a scar in the sand. It shocks the whole shit out of the whole stadium. Zeus then insists this is all assigned fairly. It's about honor. Sure, and I'm the queen of Terrasen. Hades reels his fog back with a single condition. On your honor, no one dies. Zeus bows his head in agreement. I'm not buying that bullshit at all.
Now, Helen slips in some lore. Zeus is the only Olympian who can wield offensive power. One strike puts almost anyone to a coma, and most never wake up. It's why only the Broody Bunch leaders survived the Great War, but there is a catch. He can only wield it outside and on stormy days. Remember that. Mm-hmm. Zeus commands it to resume. Hermos immediately wraps his chain around Agatha's throat and strangles her unconscious, saving her life and his own. He stalks toward the exit, but not before glancing up at Zeus.
Well, since Agatha failed to defeat all 5 labors, Zeus sentences her to 5 brands. He jumps straight through the force field, lands on the sand, and approaches Agatha with a Vulcan metal staff in hand and the scepter in the other. He plants the scepter and rips open her toga. She's unconscious, mind you, and presses the staff to her sternum, and then lights his arm up with electricity and brands her, her body twitching with each strike as he marks her 5 separate times. There's sparks flying from the scepter, and the eagle is glowing, looking like it's possessed. Let's talk some shit.
Let's hit our big takeaways. This competition, Zeus is doing something he's never done before by making them, it seems like, fight laborers that they never fought before, like Olympians, and now making them fight each other. I guess that's new too.
Yeah, that's really shitty. That means either way, a Chthonic is getting branded. That's fucked up.
Yes, this humiliation shit is
Oh, and Zeus, let's talk about Zeus being the only Olympian to wield power offensively. Luckily, it's only on stormy days.
But now we know how his pussy ass is controlling everybody because everyone fears that staff. Everyone fears the power because it says they can knock him out one hit.
Except unless they're ancient.
Yes.
Wow. What a dick.
Okay, so I'm a little pissed off at the fact that they are making them fight each other. The humiliation at this point is more torture because he, I'm sure, knows that Hermos and Agatha probably each other, which is why Agatha was struggling because she didn't want to eat her friend or her lover.
They are at least partners.
Yeah, there's in some way.
In some way.
Yeah.
Friends at the very least.
And Hermos did what he thought was best for her and him, even though she's getting the brands, but it saved her life and his life as well. You got to do what you got to do.
Hear me out. Could she have just knocked him out? She didn't have to use her powers. She had that sword.
It seems like the way she was changing, I don't know. Obviously, she can control her powers around men, or else she'd just be eating men up all day. But I'm wondering if it's like also a defense mechanism. If her body knows that she has to fight and it's in danger, she automatically changes to her Empusa form.
That could be. Maybe that was why.
And maybe
she
she was
switching.
Struggling. Yeah.
Okay.
Because she was struggling between survival and how she feels for Hermos. Yeah.
That totally makes sense.
And that's why that's why it's
so
sad.
then he had to do what he had to do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she was going to eat him.
Yeah, and it's sad. And if I was showing this like on TV or had a series, I would be showing the emotions from Hermos. Like I guarantee he would not. He'd be beaten up about this.
This was not an easy decision.
Oh hell no!
They tried not to do it, and Zeus flexed his scepter like a dickhole. Thing to say, but whatever.
All right, tinfoil hat time.
Yeah, let's put on our tinfoil hats.
Go with the first one.
Who is this Games Coalition of the Federation that Zeus talked about? This was made up by the Games Coalition of the Federation. Who is that? Who is that?
Sounds like maybe a bunch of the other head houses, probably, of the Olympian side, are the ones who call out who
or maybe
fight
it's
who.
Just him, because it's all about honor. He says.
No, because I think all the Olympians are together. They work together. So Zeus is in charge, but they still show that there's a Senate. You know what I'm saying? There's still that people have a choice, even though it's an illusion of a choice. They hate the Broody Bunch. So I guarantee these Olympians sit around and say, how can we humiliate
well, you know
shit
that
out
there's
of them?
no Chthonic in the Games Coalition at all. Clearly. No Chthonic is going to go, Chthonic v Chthonic. That sounds awesome.
Because all Chthonics are automatically assembly of death. Why would they be in the coalition anyway?
But they're part of the Federation.
It doesn't matter. They're Assembly of Death. And then there's Coalition, which is the Olympians.
But it says it's the Games Coalition of the Federation. So
Yes.
the Federation consists of Olympians and...
So if you think about it the way the House of Representatives works, think about the Federation being the entire House of Representatives, all the Democrats and all the Republicans, right?
Mhm.
So think of the coalition as the arms committee, right?
Mhm.
Where you might have 12 people from the entire House sit on that committee. So this coalition might just be the Olympians, the 8 Olympians who sit on this committee who choose what the Assembly of Death have to
And
fight.
that's what I'm saying. That's not fair. That was all I was saying. Also,
okay.
is that's not fair because clearly there's no Thonic in the Games Coalition. Though they are part of the Federation, they clearly have no say in the coalition.
Yes.
Okay. Jerks.
Yeah, it's all fake. Basically, the Broody Bunch have zero say in the government. And if you remember back in Blood, that's why they were pushing Alexis to win to help Patro and Achilles become generals because they needed seats at the table. That way they can finally be heard and help themselves as well. Like this was also for the Thonics, this marriage and all this shit that happened was not just to help Karen and Augustus. This is for their survival.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot that Achilles and Patro became generals or supposedly became generals after that.
Yeah.
All right.
So now we know how Zeus is controlling everyone with the eagle scepter, and it can only be used on cloudy, rainy days and outside. But off the wall question for you. Why not attack him on a sunny day?
Maybe they did. I don't know. I don't know. There's got to be something more to it then.
But I'm wondering.
There's got to be something more to it.
Because if he can only use it on a cloudy day, oh, it's sunny outside. Let's go beat the shit out of Zeus.
Yeah. No,
who's going to stop you?
There's got to be something else to it.
That's the only question I have. I'm hoping that gets answered.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I like that. All right.
It was just, I'm hoping it's not a plot hole.
Yeah, me too. We'll have to make note of that.
Yeah, we'll make note. And
we're totally
double back
gonna
around. Because I was just wondering, I was like, then why not just attack him on a sunny day if he can only use offensive power during rainy days? Like, what's stopping you? Especially with Medusa out now, you have control of Poseidon's people with the Minotaurs. Like, what's stopping the Thonics?
So then what is his normal power?
Boom, that's another tinfoil hat. Exactly. What is his normal power?
Theros, right? Was a shield.
Yes.
It's not that means anything.
No, because
I don't know.
Because, yeah, they said that he has the only offensive power, but all Olympians have power for good. So he has to have a different power. And that brings me to another tinfoil hat that I had, because right at the end, remember, it says the eagle glows like it's possessed. Could this scepter be possessed? And that's how he's controlling the lightning power.
Like you think it's possessed by something?
Something or someone. Where's Kronos?
Oh.
I'm not saying Kronos has lightning power,
maybe
but
Kronos is stuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's a way out there tinfoil hat. Wow. We're in the Arctic Ocean of tinfoil hats. Like, but he's a fun little tinfoil hat. He's happy, he's smiling.
Right? Yeah, it was cute.
But I'm just saying, it did say the word possessed.
It did. Yep.
Like it's possessed, like it has a mind of its own.
I thought it was just saying because it was so heated up from branding 5 times with the lightning. That the eyes were glowing and it looked like it was possessed. That's what I thought.
It could be metaphorically. It could be metaphorically.
But I like where your head's at too.
Yes.
So
again,
words.
We like to have different paths up the mountain as long as it goes to the same place. We're happy.
It's all gonna be fun.
It doesn't matter. Let's
talk about this next, Tim. What do you think is up with the shadows on Charlie's face? Or rather him speaking. What about Charlie speaking?
I do think that's Charlie's voice through the shadows. Somehow.
Then why was he confused? Why did he say no? Why? What did you hear?
Playing it off. Think about his age. He might be going through whatever he's going through for whatever type of creature he is.
Well,
kind of how Fluffy is going through a transformation. Maybe Charlie's going through a transformation. They're all creatures. Could be.
It was the same voice.
Yeah.
As in
so
Montana
it's the same voice with him around.
Yeah.
Because our other option was it's whoever was in the trailer, the tattooed guy. Which we still don't know if it's Erebus or the other creature guy.
Liaison?
There you go. So we do think that the tattoo
Erebus
guy is one of those two.
Erebus is all about shadows.
Yes. Either he's coming into his own as a creature, or It's somebody games.
Or somebody who can manipulate shadows
And
is
play
playing
mind
mind games.
Yes.
But mind games in you're going to do great. So positive mind games, but still making her go crazy. All right, let's talk about this other one. There was a lot of stomping. The force field sputtered. Do you think if a wall came down, the force field would disappear?
Yes.
Ooh.
That was put in there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of foreshadowing. Somehow a wall can come down.
Like
Force
maybe
fields come
some
down.
creature or something, or
Because remember, I still think Fluffy is a Pegasus. So I think there's going to be something during her games where she's going to have to fly around with Fluffy and they're going to be stuck in the force field. And then they got to bring down the force field for her to fly
and take down the wall.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Or get everybody cheering loud enough to take down the wall.
Yeah. I'm still going Fluffy Pegasus.
Yes.
Pegasus.
They keep saying horse.
Yeah. I still think he's a creature, like a fucked up creature, because of the whole choking on the sticks and being dumb. But I just don't know what the hell he'd be mixed with. But if he's not a Pegasus, I don't know what the hell he would be.
Yeah, I don't know what he would be either.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably that he's the mixed.
All right. You ready for a quote?
Yeah, let's do the quote. The quote is actually about Charlie again. You'll do great. And it's just, who the fuck said that?
Exactly.
So
I said that.
You'll do great. It was positive, haunting. We'll call it that. All right. What's your pick for this chapter?
Well, we already talked about it. If the staff is his lightning power, does he have another Olympian power?
Yes.
So that is a big question in my mind now, thinking about that. And also, why not whoop his ass like Seabass on a sunny Tuesday?
Sunny day. Yeah.
All right. What's your pick?
All right. My pick is Empusa powers. Say what now?
Yeah. She's a man-eater.
Yes, for sure. I like that. I might incorporate this into my book.
There you go.
I'd be willing to shapeshift into some clicking, hideous creature.
I think Empusas are in Supernatural as well and do the same thing.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure.
All right, I'm going to write that down. We do have to talk about that one last thing on there, the lore talk. Any chthonic losses in the arena result in a brand.
Yes.
Any chthonic losses. Do you think they're going to pit several more of them against each other? I have a feeling.
100%.
I have a feeling they're going to. And that's fucking lame.
All right. You ready to turn the page?
I am. Let's go.
Sleeping Arrangements, Chapter 36, Alexis, SGC, Day 6.
After everything that went down, this chapter is quieter, and somehow that makes it worse.
This symposium had a different feel to it. More posh spies, a little less scary spies, and everyone was being weirdly quiet. Alexis and her husbands found Drex and the Crimson Duo at a table and joined them, albeit with her husbands uncomfortably close. Or is it comfortable now? And every man, take notes here. Karen was stopping every food waiter that walked by and making sure that his woman was well fed. But they all ate in silence, and no one spoke a word about Zeus's power. The party began to lighten up as Olympians started to dance and laugh while reporters took pictures and asked questions.
And then, out of absolutely nowhere, like we've regressed straight back to middle school, Karen asks Alexis what her favorite food is. Aw. He did say he was going to try harder. I'll count this one. Then he immediately follows it up by listing his favorite foods and Augustus's favorite foods, like a 6-year-old explaining dinosaurs. Listen, we have a 6-year-old, and this is exactly what I expected. Alexis says she doesn't really have one, and they think she's being difficult when she replies, any food you can have every day is her favorite. Augustus and Karen silently table this for later discourse. She quickly changed the subject, still middle school, and asks them their favorite colors. Karen says gold because of her hair, and casually admits he didn't have a favorite color before she showed up. She laughs, thinking he's joking. He's not. This man is emotionally unavailable, but committed. It's very emo.
Because I will die, that I will die for you. And Augustus hits her with the in between the legs gusher. His favorite color is milky white. Not that milky white, you sick bastards. The same color as her blind eye, which he doesn't know is blind.
I'll be honest. I had the same thought, and I'm glad that it was explained.
Yeah, y'all are some nasties. She said that she likes his eyes as well because they remind her of space. But that made him sad. What? And before we can find out why, Hermos shows up letting everyone know that the Olympians were still interrogating Agatha. And there was nothing any of them could do. They were prisoners. Speaking of, they were escorted back to their cells, and as Alexis and her husbands stared at the bed, she began stuttering again, then quickly cleared her throat and let them know that she isn't ready to be in awkward triangle yet. Spit roast. Play kitty in the middle.
Oh my God.
Be a buddy burger, if you will.
Oh my God. Okay, they agree she's not ready for whatever shape this relationship is supposed to be yet. But Augustus gently asks if they can at least cuddle. Oh, that's so cute. And then he smiles, a real one, and OMG, he has a dimple. And when Alexis notices and points it out, she finds out that no one has ever told him about it before. Oh, poor BB. So they all climb into bed together, and for the first time in a while, Alexis actually feels safe.
Aw.
Wedged between her husbands, no edges, no sharp corners. They say goodnight. Even though Karen apparently doesn't sleep, he promises he'll watch over her, which is comforting and also deeply on brand for him.
Welcome to SGC Day 7. All three of them are woken up to guards banging and yelling. Yes, all three, because Karen slept hard. Apparently, he had an adorable sleepyhead moment in the morning. They were escorted out of the arena where she was able to sit next to Charlie, husband's close by, of course. Luckily for all Spartans, it was a sunny day. Unlucky for Hermos, it was his turn, and he got to fight 4 of his own kind, Gorgons. Some small lore about Gorgons. When it comes to the snake or snakes on their head, the more snakes and the bigger they are, the more powerful the Gorgon. Having more than one snake is extremely rare.
In this case, it's really not about how you use your snake.
Yeah, what?
Hermos made quick work of them. Nyx was not happy, but Agatha was. And when Agatha stood up to cheer, everyone could see what the Olympians had done to her. She was covered in bruises from torture. The sight made Alexis upset, and time seriously drifted. She could remember sitting at the Symposium, and then everything else was a blur until she was in bed with her husbands, and she drifted back to sleep.
Welcome to SGC Day 8. Another sunny day, thank Kronos. Why don't they just beat Zeus's ass?
Yeah, it's been 2 days in a row. They could have done it.
Alexis sat between Drex and Charlie as Karen played with her hair to calm her. She was still worried about Fluffy Jr., his lump more distended than before. They had left him in the room because he hadn't woken up that morning. It was Patro's turn. Pape was right beside him, and he had to fight 2 Nemean jaguars like Pape, but 3 times bigger. Patro and his protector made very quick work of their labors, and when he was finished, he blew Achilles a kiss. Achilles' turn was next.
Ooh, let's talk some shit.
Okay, so Karen is finally sleeping. They all 3 now feel calm with each other.
Yes. She didn't have nightmares. Augustus was shocked even by Karen sleeping.
Yeah, they all were peaceful.
Ooh. Yes, this is lovely.
Hey, it was cute,
Everything
though.
clicking into place. Oh my God, it was so cute. And then she noticed his dimple.
Yeah.
What was it that you said?
I said that you can tell Augustus got sad. Anytime she compliments him about his eyes, he gets sad. And I'm just wondering, because the way he was treated by Ares, if he'd never been complimented, because that's a thing that I struggle with, is I struggle with compliments too.
I think so, because Augustus looked shattered. And I felt like that was no one has ever said anything this kind to me before.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The same thing about the dimple. No one has taken the time to go, oh, you have a dimple.
Yeah. To notice just the small features, because everyone probably says, oh my God, Augustus is so hot. He's probably heard that like 1,000 times, how hot you are, how hot you are, how hot you are. It's when you notice the small things about someone. Like, first thing I noticed about you, like right away, is your smile. That's why every single time that you sent me a picture in the morning when we first started dating, that was the first thing I looked forward to, was seeing your smile.
And now you get to see it every morning.
Yay.
All right.
Yeah, now I got you all flustered. I'll take this from
I'll
take it from here.
Yeah, please.
Okay, we got to see Hermos fight his own people. We learned a little bit of lore about his people. We'll drop down to the lore talk for that real quick. So most have only one snake coming out of their head.
Yeah.
That sounds disgusting and weird looking.
I kind of want to know what it looks like.
Probably a long penis.
That's what I'm imagining, but it can't.
So again, the more penises you have, the more powerful you are. And the bigger the penis too.
Like all of the Gorgons that they depict on here have more than one snake. So him just having one is her take on it?
No, in real Gorgons, what I'm talking about is her Gorgon lore, because all the lore that she has done in this book is vastly different from a lot of shit, which a lot of people have problems with. I don't, because she even says the myths and legends at the very beginning of the Great War are not what we think they are. So she explains right away. Anywho, getting back to the Gorgons, it does say most only have one.
Yes, most only have one.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know what it looked like.
So Medusa is probably super powerful if she's keeping Medusa the way it was, with the whole bunch of them looking like hair, basically.
Yeah. But if not, then Medusa might only have one as well. So I guess we'll see.
She probably at least has two, because it says you can have two or more or whatever. The more you have, more powerful.
She's definitely going to have more than one.
Yeah, she's got to be one of the most powerful Gorgons.
Yeah.
Has to be. Okay, are you ready for tinfoil hat time? Time is drifting again.
A serious time drift. Is that just from shock, you think?
So hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
And they were about to cuddle. She stutters for 1 second, right? Mm-hmm. And then she catches herself, clears her throat, stutter gone. When she stutters, that is old Alexis. I still think there's a possible Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing going.
I felt like that was a I'm nervous about this, and stuttered and had to clear her throat and collect herself. But you could be right.
It could be that simple, or it could be her letting the monster take over those situations.
Oh, yeah, could be. You're right. That could very well be, if that is the case.
If you think about masking, the way we mask, but we do act different in public versus what we do here at the house.
That's true. Yeah.
And this is also her taking back her life. The whole reason why she created the monster to begin with was taking back her own anonymity. I think that's the right word. Could be wrong. But that's the monster. I just don't know if that's her being metaphorical, saying, I've had enough of this shit. I'm going to become the monster. And that's just what she's just naming herself now. Or it really is a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation.
Yeah. Either in her head or legit.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay. Next info hat. Go ahead.
Having more than one snake is extremely rare. We talked about this.
Okay.
But we did not talk about their bite not working on their own species. Is that foreshadowing? I'm wondering if it will be.
It could be, or it could just be because he had to fight his own people, that they were just explaining how
why
it works.
He doesn't just bite them. Oh, that may be.
Yeah, why they don't bite each other, why they have to use actual weapons, and why the coalition probably chose him to fight his own people.
Oh, that totally makes sense. I didn't think of it that way. Okay, that makes sense.
And then it seems like with Patro, people absolutely love him, and they made quick work of their labors, which were the same type of animal that his protector is, Jaguar. Yeah. That's another one where they're making them fight their own species. Why are they doing it?
So in Achilles' case, it's probably going to be wolves then.
But he's not doing it to everybody, because Agatha fought 4 Olympian men and then fought Hermos. But Hermos just fought his own kind, and Patro, his protector, they had to fight their own kind. I don't know what they're choosing.
Yeah, what the heck is going on?
There's got to be a method.
Yeah, there's a method to this madness. All right. Watching you, Zeus. All right. Did you have a pick for this chapter?
My pick for this is, again, noticing the small things, and Augustus finally feeling like he's being seen, but also seeing her too, noticing the milky white, which I'm sure y'all thought was the nasty stuff, which is another reason why I picked it, because y'all are nasty. But it was her eyes.
Her eye.
Or her eye. Sorry. Yeah, her one eye. And what's your pick?
Mine is along those same lines. It's about their new favorite colors. So his being the milky white of her eye, and then Karen's being the gold of her hair.
Yeah, but he did it in such an emo way. I didn't have a favorite color until I found you.
It was very emo.
That's so emo.
It was all of the emo.
That's our
I imagine
call out is
I
emo
imagine
trope.
that like
it's covering the one eye.
It was the one eye, everything like color before you.
And he's got on the all black suit with the red tie that's like half off this way, sleeves rolled up with his tattoo show.
He's got black nail polish, but that's normal for him.
And he's got eyeliner.
Yep.
That's Karen.
Yep. All right. We called that one. All right.
Hey, that's what y'all like, man.
We do.
I used to paint my nails. I might go back to painting my nails again.
You should. I'll paint them for you.
All right.
All right. Are you ready to turn the page?
Let's do it.
Demons in the Flesh of Men, Chapter 37, Alexis, SGC, Day 9.
By day 9, the game stopped pretending to be tests of skill and start showing exactly what kind of monsters they're willing to unleash.
Of course, it's stormy on the day Achilles has to fight, because why wouldn't the universe be dramatic? Also very convenient that Alexis wakes up on top of Karen again. We are back in dangerous territory. Are these men about to fight or flirt? The line is gone. It no longer exists anymore. Charlie is leaning into Alexis, and he's burning up, like feverish even for him. Poco is curled up on her lap, being aggressively adorable, so she kisses his head, and Nyx immediately gets offended and demands a kiss too. Drex clocks her kissing nothing and calls her weird, which somehow spirals into joking that pulls her straight back into Crucible memories. And that's when she notices that Poppy is there, but Petro isn't, which feels wrong, very wrong.
Zeus hushed the crowd by announcing that it was time for Achilles to face his 8 labors. The crowd erupted when Achilles and Nero entered the arena. Everyone loved him, including the humans. And oh, shit, Petro was limping beside him as well. Now we know where he went. They severed Petro's Achilles tendon, which is fitting.
Oh,
This was definitely a statement about humiliation. Zeus ordered the muzzle to come off and to shut the cameras off as well. And Alexis wonders, wait, they've been recorded this whole time? Petro went to take the muzzle off, but Achilles stopped him and gave him a look only a lover could understand.
Petro does not want to leave Achilles' side. He finally limps away. The rain starts coming down. The muzzle stays on as the first 4 Nemean wolves enter the arena. Achilles doesn't even turn around to face them. His entire focus is still on Petro. But it doesn't matter. He moves like something out of the Matrix, dodging without looking, while Nero takes down one of the wolves. The first 4 labors are over super fast. Then the stadium starts chanting for the muzzle to come off. Listen, careful what you ask for. The next 4 labors step up, and they're just men. Blonde, oversized clothes, no weapons. And the second Alexis sees them, she notices Charlie starts shifting beside her.
And then shadows moved across the men's faces as they began shifting. All the Broody Bunch except Persephone rose to their feet because these men were actually minotaurs. Now I see how you guys get around the whole monster fucking thing.
Babe, we listen and we don't judge.
Shifting. Got it. Alexis remembered what Augustus taught them about minotaurs. They're stronger and faster than Spartans, and with a single kick, they can explode your organs. The muzzle was coming off this time, and after he took it off, everyone could see the scarred X across his lips that looked like someone had tried to sew his mouth shut.
Damn. The tension is unbearable as the Minotaurs prepare to charge. And instead of bracing for impact, Achilles does something wild. He slices his own heel in solidarity with Petro, and then points the knife straight at Zeus. Zeus is not a fan of that. Then the Minotaurs charge, and Achilles opens his mouth. This man absolutely toasts all 4 of them, incinerates them, straight scorpion fatality. Toasty! Flawless victory!
The problem was, it wasn't just the Minotaurs on fire. The puddles from the rain were also on fire. Everything wet was catching fire. Oh, fuck. This dude shoots napalm out of his mouth. Greek fire, basically. When he was blasting the whole stadium. Fuck yeah. The sand in the arena turned to glass. Ares was enjoying himself. Hell, all the Broody Bunch were. Except Charlie. According to Alexis, the stadium looked like the apocalypse. And after a bit, Achilles had enough and put his muzzle back on. It was made from the skin of a fire lizard. Remember that. Now we know why his power is a level 95 out of 100. So yeah, Achilles is basically a fucking dragon. Let's talk some shit. Biggest takeaway, Achilles breathes Greek fire.
Holy shit.
Napalm.
And Greek fire lights anything
Water. Yes, you cannot put it out with water. It was the same shit in Game of Thrones season 2.
The green.
And he breathes that shit. Okay. Now we know why they tried to sew his mouth shut. Ares probably did that bullshit.
Because we were wondering about his facial scar. Is that his facial scar?
Yeah. Okay.
So then did Ares do that to him? Did Ares try to sew his mouth shut?
That's a guess. That's a tinfoil hat. Ares is a dick.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not shocked. Okay.
What? Oh, no, hang on. What if Ares made him do it to himself?
That's possible, too.
Because with the touch, he can make you do things.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right. Another big takeaway. We know what minotaurs are. We know that they shift from men to minotaurs, and we think tinfoil hat time. Charlie is a minotaur.
I don't need a hat. I would bet my entire book collection on it.
So you're taking your hat off and you are stamping it as solidified minotaur Charlie.
Yes.
Okay.
Charlie's a minotaur. There were too many pop. Charlie's a minotaur.
I am with you 97%. Hear me out. The only 3% is because of Fluffy Jr. Because Jasmine likes to play with us. And at first we were like, for sure, Pegasus. And they dropped that little hat. Oh, if it's dumb and all this stuff, it might be a double race. So she could be playing with us. I'm not saying not Minotaur. I said 97%. I'm just giving that little 3% because
You're
Jasmine likes to fuck with us.
3% fuck with us.
Yes.
Okay.
You have to. With authors, especially with ridiculous books like this, you have to. With Titans, with Sodon wings and all this other shit, you have to give a little leeway, but you're full stamp. You can be full stamp.
99.
No, own that shit.
99.9.
Stamp it. Don't put your hat back on. Take that hat off. Take the hat off.
Oh, all right. Charlie's a minotaur.
Stamping it.
Stamped.
All right. It's stamped.
Charlie's a minotaur.
Official.
Charlie's a minotaur.
It's
Don't
official.
fuck with me, Jasmine. All right. Okay.
Did I stamp the Pegasus? What? I think I stamped the Pegasus a few episodes ago.
Is this?
Yeah, I think I'm not sure if I stamped it. I might have given leeway.
I think we gave leeway because it was weird still. And yeah.
It was before we found out about Augustus. The
potential
different
for
levels
the
and shit.
Oh, okay.
I was like, fucking Pegasus, brah.
But he looked like a dog the whole time. I was not 100% on Pegasus.
I just thought it was because it was a swan situation, ugly duckling thing.
Yeah,
so I was like, okay, it's just ugly. And then once it turns into a beautiful Pegasus, everyone's like, oh, it's an ugly duckling thing. I thought it was just that. I didn't think it was going to be some weird mutated thing. That's why I'm giving the 3% to the Minotaurs.
Okay. Speaking of shapeshifters, do you think Achilles is a shapeshifter?
So when they mention the word dragon, do I think it's literal or metaphorical? Is what you're asking me.
Yes.
Yes. Again, I have to play 50-50 with this one because of Jasmine. I have to say, yes, might be a shape-shifting dragon, or maybe the lineage on the thing lied and he's not a mutt and Ares banged some dragon lady or some shit. So I have to play that card, or I have to play that it's just metaphorical. Oh, he looks like a dragon.
Because the exact line in the book is, I quote, all along, Achilles had been a dragon.
Yeah.
Hiding in the skin of a man.
That's what I'm saying.
That sounds literal.
That could also be metaphorical. That's some poetic word shit.
Depends on how you read words.
Exactly. That's why I'm giving it 50-50, because Jasmine likes to fuck with us. So I'm saying it can go either way.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go 50-50 on this one too.
50-50 in this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
I might lean a little bit more towards dragon because of the other tinfoil hat. The skin of a fire lizard is the only way to block the napalm Greek fire shit. And I also think that's going to come in handy as someone's going to be wearing fire lizard armor to block his fire breath. Someone's going to come in with the fire lizard skin to block his napalm. That's going to happen later. Okay. I will stamp that one.
Okay.
I will stamp
the
that.
Fire lizard something or other will come in later. Do you think that's just another way of saying dragon? Fire lizard?
It could. Yeah. Why not?
Like,
could be.
Maybe.
Okay. Maybe.
All right. Let's talk about the quote for this chapter.
Yeah.
To be chthonic was to wield the power reserved for God.
Which God?
Any.
God. Oh, my pick is that he's a fucking dragon and we finally know his power and it's got named napalm. It's insane. He's lighting up everything.
That is.
But that's what I mean. Like, how are they not melting Zeus?
What is this mutually assured destruction?
That has to be the key. If you kill Zeus, maybe Hades dies too, and they can't kill each other, but then...
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe those are the opposites. Maybe Hades and Zeus are the opposites.
But you can still whoop his ass on a sunny day. That's my only confusion.
Yeah, mine too. Whatever this mutually assured destruction is had better be spelled out.
Yeah. Because especially with Achilles' power and Patro holding the key, because it'd be different if Zeus held the key to the muzzle and he was the only one that could unlock it, which would make sense to me. But Patro holds the key.
What happens if you break a Spartan oath?
Oh, I forgot about Spartan oaths.
Because Nick's Achilles has one for the muzzle.
Fuck oath. They just die.
Is that what happens if they break an oath? Is they die?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Do they just go to jail?
That's what I'm saying. Just attack his ass on a sunny day. Who the fuck's going to stop you guys?
This mutually assured destruction, it better be something.
You have a fucking dragon.
Yeah. Fucking use your dragon.
They said the Broody Bunch powers are reserved for God.
And all the Olympians are just helpful powers?
We're missing something. We're missing something because there's no way
huge.
They're being controlled just on rainy days. We're missing something. Motherfucker.
Is Hades part of them?
No, I think Hades is legit a good guy.
I think he is too. I don't understand.
What's your pick?
All right. My pick is the most hilarious part of this chapter. Nyx's demand for a kiss. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that was funny.
I want a kiss. Are you serious? Yes. Kiss me. So she got kissed. She's like, very nice. Very nice.
Yes.
She is so epic.
All right. Are you ready for Spartan Center?
I am. Let's go.
The games are underway, and it didn't take long to figure out that this league isn't built for fairness. New rounds, new rules, same people in charge.
Early matchups, bad optics, and enough red flags to make you wonder if anyone's actually playing to win.
Monsters dropped, lines got crossed, and the message was clear. This isn't about strength, it's about control.
Buckle up. The real games just started.
Beginning with Chapter 31, SGC Day 1 opens with Artemis drawing the first matchup. 5 Cyclopes, and she erases them with red fog and arrows like it was preseason scrimmage.
Quick kill, zero suspense. This wasn't a fight, that was a statement.
Then we get the rulebook reminder of how you lose this league. Bleed out, coma, death, or fail to walk yourself out.
And guess who already checked that box? Karen. Didn't finish on his feet.
Which tells you everything. Opening day message from the Olympians. This isn't about winning, it's about humiliation. Power play 101.
And now on to Chapter 32, hits the Symposium. The vibe is off immediately. There's more guards, fewer orgies, and very corporate retreat with weapons.
Crucible energy is gone. This one's locked down, heavily supervised, and still manages a spiral once the ambrosia starts flowing.
Alexis and her husband spend the night running full defensive coverage, batting away advances, while Alexis absolutely does not help by deliberately stirring the pot to make them jealous.
That's self-inflicted pressure, bad spacing, coaching issue.
By the end of the night, Alexis has had enough ambrosia to mentally rebrand herself as an anglerfish, luring, baiting, and causing problems on purpose after some Dear Diary banter with Karen.
Chapter 33, SGC Day 2 opens with Ares on the sand, and this one goes off the rails fast. 5 Cyclopes, no sword, just hands, power, and a 5-hour lesson in cruelty.
That wasn't combat. That was torture with a crowd. Even the stadium didn't know when to cheer.
Off the sand, the Symposium gets crowded and tense, and Alexis gets a quiet assist from Lena. Promise of speakers delivered under the table.
But that help comes with a warning. The younger Thonics are being interrogated after their rounds.
Translation, the fights are only half the punishment. The league's expanding the rulebook.
And Chapter 34 opens with Day 3, Hades on the sand, and he clears 5 Cyclopes in under 10 minutes without lifting a finger. Clean, efficient, absolutely terrifying.
Then Erebus steps in, no weapon, no armor, just shadows. 1 motion, 5 kills. That's a highlight that never makes the family-friendly reel.
Day 5, Aphrodite flips the atmosphere entirely. Crowd comes in loud, leaves silent. That fight reset the room entirely.
Away from the sand, Titus tries to apologize to Alexis. Wrong venue, wrong timing, and immediate rejection.
Big takeaway? Power is being displayed publicly, and weakness, especially human weakness, is being exposed quickly.
Chapter 35 detonates. Agatha hits the sand, shifts Empusa, and shows everyone exactly what that species does when it's unleashed.
That wasn't combat. That was a content warning. The stadium learned something it can't forget.
Then Hermos gets pulled in as a part of a matchup. And both of them refuse to play along. Full defiance, no spectacle, no cooperation.
That's when Zeus steps in with the staff. Threat made, line crossed.
Agatha still gets branded 5 times, unconscious, public. That's not honor. That's the commissioner reminding everyone who's untouchable.
And Chapter 36 slows the tempo. We're talking sleeping arrangements getting negotiated. Bonus cuddle time approved, and Karen sleeping for the first time. league history moment.
Big development. If the guy who never sleeps is finally out cold, that's either trust or exhaustion setting in.
Daylight hits and it's back to business, and Hermos taking the sand and handling his fight fleet.
Patro follows and does the same. Efficient, controlled, no drama.
Which makes the quiet stuff matter more, because calm like this never lasts in this league.
Final chapter, and Achilles takes the sand. 8 labors, muzzle on, crowd feral, and immediately you can tell this matchup is mispriced.
Muzzle off and the reveal hits hard. Scarred mouth like someone tried to sew it shut. That's not cosmetic, that's containment.
Then the power shows up. Greek fire, napalm level. Arena turns the glass. That's not a fighter, that's a catastrophic weapon.
And on the sidelines, Charlie clocks differently. Then it's full confirmation. Another secret hiding in plain sight.
Big takeaway, Achilles isn't just elite, he's something else entirely. If he's not a dragon, he's close enough to rewrite his scouting report. All right, time for our Spartan Center top 5 replays of the week.
Coming in at number 5, Nick demanding a kiss after Alexis kisses Poco.
That's a locker room chemistry issue waiting to happen. When your emotional support snake wants equal affection, the depth chart is officially a mess. Coming in at number 4, the Broody Bunch house leaders reminding everyone what top-tier power actually looks like, with Ares and Erebus putting on clinics.
That's a brutal film session. When your leaders erase opponents like that, the rest of the field knows the gap is permanent. And coming in at number 3, the Dear Diary moment between Alexis and Karen.
That's a sideline check-in turning into a momentum shift. Quiet conversation, big chemistry swing, and suddenly the whole unit looks steadier. Coming in at number 2, Agatha swallowing men whole.
That's a reminder to the entire league. Read the scouting report, because when women stop playing fair, men stop finishing the game. And coming in at number 1, Achilles finally unleashing his power.
That's not a breakout performance, that's a franchise-altering reveal. Greek fire, scorched sand, and suddenly the league realizes it may have drafted a dragon.
And that was your top 5 replays for the week.
Spartan Center Top 5 Replays brought to you by Fate's Prophecy Bond. If the vision's wrong, hit it again.
And that wraps up this week's Spartan Center. Early rounds, exposed power gaps, and enough warning signs to shut the whole league down.
Next week, the rest of the Broody Bunch finally hits the sand, and Alexis is up soon. And judging by this tape, that matchup is not going to be clean.
For Imus, I'm Pallas.
Immortality is not a right. It's a privilege.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Booked for Two.
Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review to help other book lovers find the show.
Follow us on socials at Booked for Two Podcast for behind-the-scenes content, updates, and sneak peeks. We'll also post next week's chapters every Sunday, so you can read along.
Join us for our live Q&A. We go live Fridays at 7:30 p.m. Central on TikTok. We'll answer your burning questions, react to your theories, and occasionally overshare our book-related emotional damage.
Want even more chaos? Join our Discord. The link's in our bio. Come hang out, check books, and get early access to exclusive content.
Finally, don't forget to grab your merch at bookfor2.com.
Until next time, keep turning the page.